Awoo. Uwu?
It's in the name.
Ah, woo indeed.
So our first script tonight is going to be a script called Why Can't It Be Lycanthropy by Anthony. It's not actually by Anthony, it's by me, but the name of the script was just too funny. I had to go with it. This is a script I've been writing for a bit. Navean helped me out with it, tried to kind of balance it out, but the idea was, let's do a script that kind of really showcases the new Lycan. I wouldn't mind if new Lycan if the faux pas registration wasn't global. So Chips Inside a Jar, they actually had a lot of questions on that in the most recent Q&A thing, and just to kind of give you the TLDR version, they tried both ways. They tried it with misregistration just to the Lycan, and they tried it with misregistration to a global misregistration, and they found that the global misregistration actually made the character not just feel better, but actually work better. It kind of like worked overall in a way that made the most sense to the players. So they said that it felt more balanced and it felt like it was less punishing. I don't know. Again, I haven't played with the one that only has it one way, so I wouldn't be able to tell you. Yes, I know, Emma. You have objections to you have objections to the new Lycan. I totally get it. Totally get it. But we're going to play it out. We're going to see what happens. Now, is this going to be a game that has a Lycan in it? It can. It doesn't have to, but it can.
That's true. It doesn't have to, but it can.
It doesn't have to, but it can. There we go. Okay.
The thing you can say about basically every role on a script, except for single demon scripts, where in the demon that doesn't apply, it has to be.
True. These are all true statements, Navean. Let's talk about characters. So this demon suite is pretty varied. You don't just throw Zomboul randomly on scripts with other demons, but I actually think it kind of works in this script because you have potentially a Lycan that could be causing the kills. So the Lycan actually kind of hides the Zomboul a little bit. Plus, you also have weird things like you could have, some kind of a poisoning going on. You can have tea ladies, your typical BMR suite. I also thought this was a very difficult thing to do to put a mastermind on a script, but fuck it, we put mastermind on the script, and I think it could potentially work.
I mean, it's got Zomboul. It doesn't have a lot of other reasons for like a lot of no deaths. Like in BMR, it can be a PO charge, right? You're always sort of trying to figure out like, oh, is this a Zomboul or is it a mastermind or is this a PO charge? And if we kill somebody, we're like losing or whatever.
Right.
So there's a little bit less of some of that interplay with mastermind, but you have a Zomboul, which I think can be one of the important things for mastermind.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't need to be the only thing, but like if you have a script without a Zomboul and you get to a final two, it's just confirmed mastermind day, and that's, I don't think, really like fun or interesting for anybody.
No, and I think that it's kind of the reason why BMR just kind of works on its own time, as it were.
Yeah.
Chip
says my last BMR game was a 7-day Zomboul game, 8-player game. Yep, that's what Zomboul games are like.
Yep. I hashtag just BMR things. It's just
Indeed.
Do we have a preference on a demon? Navean, do you have a preference on a demon?
Man, I feel like it's been a while since we started with either a Puka or a Fangu. I feel like we've done Lord of Typhon like a fair amount since its release.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, maybe one of those.
I do think that, because we'd have to have 3 outsiders at that point, and I do believe one of them should absolutely be a drunk.
Sure.
I don't know. I'm really liking Moonchild because Moonchild can be really interesting for all the different things that are happening. I think in terms of the third, I'm debating between going with Puzzle Master and Plague Doctor. I'm probably leaning towards Plague Doctor because I think Puzzle Master plus drunk can be really rough.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm thinking maybe we just do drunk Plague Doctor, Moonchild. And then, as far as minions are concerned, I don't actually know. Like, I want to put a Poisoner in here. I actually think DA could be really interesting with Fangu, because I never see those two together.
Did we get a new bot on the channel? The one that I think might have been Hallow who suggested it, where it pulls from our chat
just
itself.
Our chat, yeah.
Well, apparently it's already on the bandwagon of giving geese whatever geese want.
No, it says the trash bin. Giving geese stuff, it belongs in the trash bin. Don't give the geese guns.
No, it's giving the goose a trash bin where I can throw trash opinions like don't give geese guns.
That's not a trash opinion. Not a trash opinion at all.
Yeah, it is.
I'm thinking, all right, if we do... I don't know if I like Fangu and Mastermind. I don't know if that might be a bridge too far. But I really do kind of want to try out DA Fangu and see what happens.
Sure. And then maybe a goblin.
Sure. Plague Doctor will allow us to put any of that crap into play if need be. Plague Doctor Mastermind is a really interesting combination too, but we shall see. I'm thinking, so we could put a Lycan in. We can also put Lycan as a bluff, as Odd Garrett said. I'm not sold either way just yet. I think I like Alsahir in the setup. I think I like that a lot. Maybe
Thank
Sailor.
You, Gross. You get it.
We're gonna move past that. Maybe Sailor. Sailor could be good as well.
Sure.
Maybe we'll do a Shugenja. Shugenja plus Fangu is fucky in a fun way.
Yeah, I agree.
Shugenja also is. I mean, okay, okay, I think I am just putting the fucking Lycan in because Lycan is so silly with Shugenja with the faux pas. That's part of the reason why I ended up in here.
That's true.
Yeah. There's so many things, like, again, we did specifically, like, we had the VI on here. We had Cannibal on here because Cannibal plays interestingly with the faux pas now. You can do a lot, and again, Mastermind, obviously, with the faux pas is brutal if it happens.
Yeah, so we do have a Lycanthrope, but we don't have a way for the evil team to necessarily deal with it since we didn't give them a poisoner. So do we want to put in an innkeeper so that can just be another reason that the Lycanthrope could potentially miss?
Yeah, that works. And then we would need one more. No, we need a drunk. So these would be our real characters. We could just put in, VI. We could make single drunk VI. That could be interesting.
Oh yeah, that could be fun.
Maybe we'll do single drunk VI and then maybe an artist.
I was thinking artist or balloonist, yeah.
What do they have for continuing info? They have a fake VI and an innkeeper. Okay, they get a balloonist. They need info. They need a little bit more solid info than what they have, I think, for nightly info.
That's fair, yeah.
All right, so let's throw some characters in. We've got Squid the Fangu. We've got a drunk idiot in Sivan. Nope, wrong drunk. That's the drunk we need. We'll have to figure out Noku's pings, which we'll figure out later. We need a faux pas. That's kind of important.
Yeah, so I think we maybe don't put it on Rosanna because that would point Monica in the direction of our demon. And we don't we don't really want to do that, right?
Yeah.
So Ryback doesn't really need to be a faux pas because the Lycan can already potentially not kill that. So we don't really need to do that for Ryback.
If we put it on Sincerity, we could point Monica but then that just points towards the demon, so maybe that's not actually helpful.
Well, it's arbitrary at that point because FM Jason's 2 away on the other side, so we could still point towards Jason.
What if we put it on Wolfie, you say?
Wolfie, yeah, I think Wolfie is a decent shout. Monica's also a fair choice. Lycanthropes are going to want to target the starting info quite a bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if we do put it on Monica and make Monica look evil to Bruce, though, it could make it look like Monica's lying and we should be executing in the other direction.
Correct.
So that's the argument to potentially not put it on Monica. So yeah, let's go ahead and put it on Wolfie. Wolfie can be the multiple reasons that Bruce could miss now. Not only could Wolfie protect somebody or drunk Bruce, Wolfie also cannot be killed by Bruce now.
That's true. Which creates even more chaos.
It sure could, yeah.
Now again, Lycan is a townsfolk ability, but just like Sailor, who can't die, it needs a drawback. So putting a drawback that could potentially hurt town is not going against the spirit of it being a townsfolk ability. I was putting in Savant High Priestess Tea Lady. There may be failed executions with the DA, and with Ryback, so
yeah, I think those are some great bluffs. I think that it's important to remember that a lot of townsfolk have balancing aspects to them, right? And those balancing aspects, you don't want to go so hard down this route of townsfolk abilities should help their team that you completely ignore what a balancing aspect is in a role. So things like Mare bounces, the sailor drunking, the innkeeper drunking, those are all things that are specifically meant to, like, for the storyteller to have different options or choices there in order to make the best choice for the game. And it's not like they shouldn't always be used as being like hard pluses for the good team all the time. You know, you don't want to go like so far in the extreme on that road that you lose sight of like what this part of a townsfolk ability is for.
Yeah. I think that that's a common thing, and I understand the desire to do so, because a lot of people always make the argument like outsider ability must hurt town, townsfolk ability must help good. It's like, yes, but if you do that in a way that, like, let's just take the sailor for example. If the sailor keeps picking evil players and you just keep drunking evil players, the sailor is broken. It can't be killed,
Yeah.
and you're poisoning good player. You're poisoning evil players only. That's insane. That's way too powerful. The drunkening is there as a mechanism for storytellers to be able to help balance the game. So just because it has a negative aspect, it has a negative aspect so that instead of being a 10 out of 10 townsfolk every time, it's a 10 out of 10 townsfolk in certain situations, but it mostly ends up being a 5 out of 10. As opposed to if you just did everything always in favor of town, it's like a 20 out of 10. Don't do that, you know? So, to speak to your point, Navean.
Yeah, and like I think it's fair to potentially be like critiquing of the faux pas being like a global misregistration. That's definitely fair to be looking at that with a critical eye. But in general, it is regardless of whether it's global or like just local misregistration, it is meant to be a balancing aspect for the lycanthrope, which is part of the reason they changed it is because it was like OP to the point of being unfun in a lot of games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, old Lycan. Sorry, Emma. Old Lycan was kind of broken and was not good. And this I believe is a better change. I'm coming around to it, but we shall see.
All right. Well, that's probably enough of us yapping. So we should probably go get started.
Yep.
If they don't want to do that, then they're just gonna say no, and if they say no, no harm, no foul, you tried.
Big trues. Big trues. Hello, everybody. I just want to talk really quick about Why Can't It Be Lycanthropy by Anthony. I want to talk first about Plague Doctor and Goblin, a jinx that is on this script. Basically, if the Plague Doctor dies, a living minion gains the Goblin ability. Notice that this is different than Mastermind, who just says nothing about what happens if a Plague Doctor was to give the Mastermind ability, because the storyteller gains the Mastermind ability, and a minion does not need to exist for that to happen. It's a bit of a weird kind of, when you put those two together, it seems a little bit weird, but it's because the Goblin requires interaction from town in order for their ability to work, and the Mastermind doesn't. Does that make sense to everybody? Does anyone have any questions? Sick. All right, everybody should be in their seats, I believe. Yep, everybody go sleep. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Didn't work. There it is. Okay. Okay, cool. It's almost as if the Goblin is superior in every way.
Kubot knows what's up.
Yeah. All right. Let's send out some characters. Where are the... It's like I haven't done this in 2 weeks and I fucking forgot how to use this thing. Bring. Okay.
I forget where it is constantly. Like it doesn't even matter how long it's been. It could literally be one day later and I'll be like, where the fuck's this button?
Does Navean have a gun? And if no, why not? Navean doesn't have a goose right now. Or Navean doesn't have a goose.
I have many geese right now. I also have many guns. Thank you to all of the kind people, including Demeta, who helped supply me with both guns and ammo.
Yep.
Mullabach as well.
Yep. Can't forget Mullabach. Let's go to Hallow. Hello.
This is so fucking funny.
Why?
Scroll up in game chat.
What did you say? You said something about being a goblin?
Like 10 minutes ago, I posted a screenshot of myself being the good goblin.
Signed themselves Goblin earlier.
Oh yeah, and by the way, shouts to the developers for Clocktower.live, who now give you the ability to change the token colors. Big pog. Huge innovation. We love it.
Chips would like to know, how many guns does Eggs provide? She is a gun, actually. She is a Catling gun.
Nice.
Oh, very good.
It was quite good. Yeah. Golf clap. Yeah, it was good. Anyway, hello. You are a minion, and your fellow minion is right across from you. It's FM Jason.
Nice.
And your demon is Squid.
Nice.
And that's it. Okay, bye.
Thank you.
Hello, Jason.
Hello.
I'm here to tell you that your fellow minion is Hallow,
Okay.
and your demon is Squid.
Okay.
I will be back for your pick in just a little bit.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep.
Hello, Squid.
Hello! The last time I was a Fangoo, it was Fang's Gooving.
Nice. How did you enjoy your fangs gooving?
It was great. I made it to Final 3 and then died.
Oh.
Anyways,
Well, hey, you made it to final 3, so
Yeah.
you already won a certain
Exactly.
part of the game.
exactly.
I would like to inform you that your minions are Jason and Hallow,
Jason and Hallow. Interesting.
and your bluffs are Savant,
Oh god.
High Priestess, and Tea Lady
Wow. These are bluffs.
of all time. These are, in fact, bluffs of all time.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Rybacula.
Go Birds.
You know, a lot of people that I work with are so vehemently anti-Chiefs that they're all go birds. In fact, the entirety of Grim Scenarios, it seems like, was fucking go birdsing the other day. And it was obnoxious. That you even have milk on your side is revolting to me. But either way.
Does your blood curdle or something?
My
We're
blood
just
does
gonna
not
do the
curdle.
stand. We're just gonna do the standard thing. I was gonna do something if it was actually information, but we're gonna make Molly Buck drunk tonight, hopefully.
Ah, the Mully drunk.
Yep.
You got it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Ain't
You sure are not gonna make Mullabach drunk.
I was gonna say, ain't nor way. We're putting it on Ryback for sure. 100%.
So Emma has pointed out a flaw in our setup here, which is that Bruce is not the cannibal.
Oh, true. That's a good point. We have to tell Bruce that he's mad about being the cannibal. All right, let's go back to Jason. And we're back.
Yeah.
Who's getting the juice?
I'll put it on Hallow.
Put it on Hallow? You got it.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And are executed, not die by execution.
Correct, yeah. You know, it'd be really funny if Hallow just like doesn't claim Goblin today, gets themselves executed, survives, and then claims Goblin tomorrow, and then maybe people don't believe it because they're just like, no, you're just a DA who's like trying to live.
That'd be outstanding if that happens. I feel
That
like
would be funny.
I feel like you're seeing into the future right now. Let's figure out who Noku's going to see. So we can honestly start with Hallow, and then just kind of move on from there. But I actually kind of think I want to actually maybe put it on an outsider to start with, because it is a Fangoo game after all.
Yeah, I think an interesting thing to potentially do in a Fangoo game is wait for the Fangoo to jump and then show like outsider claim outsider. So you put like the jumped Fangoo sandwiched between outsiders potentially.
Yeah. Start on Simon.
But of course, you can't always know when the Fangoo is going to jump, right?
Yeah,
so
of
you
course,
kind
you can't
of
predict it.
yeah, you have to like wait possibly.
Someone asked for a Gamba. Big money, Gamba, big money.
Oh yeah, Gamba.
I got it. I already took care of it.
Okay.
All right, let's go to let's show Simon. Let's show Simon, because that's who knows how that leads, you know?
Sure.
All right, let's go to Noku. Hello, Noku.
Oh, hello.
I am here to show you a name.
A name?
Yeah. Did you get your token?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I did.
I am showing you Sivan.
Sivan. Great.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hello, Monica.
Hello.
I am going to tell you anti-clockwise.
Ooh, Bruce. Bruce is evil.
I mean, what else is new?
Yeah, very true. We're never on the same team. Never have been. Anyway, I'll see you.
Okay, bye. Hello, Sivan.
Hello.
Please choose a player.
I am going to choose Ryback, please.
Ryback, and you learn evil.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Of course I'm putting it evil on Ryback.
I think this is a really good choice because Mullabach never trusts a sailor who dies on day one. So if Ryback does try to get himself executed and dies, Mully will already just hate that.
Yeah.
So I think that definitely matches up with some potential expectations should Ryback choose to attempt science today.
Yeah. And I feel like Ryback will choose science.
He might. The question is whether he's going to reveal it to Mully first or not. Because if he tells Mully I drank with you, he might not try it because Mully might just be like, well, I'm an outsider.
Molly is right too.
But
They're
hey,
always
you know,
zombies.
it is a Fanguk in the script.
Yeah, exactly. Molly is right. They are always zombuls. That is correct, Michael.
True. Just like Innkeepers is always Pukas.
Innkeepers is always pukas. Exactly. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Innkeepers is pukas. Shrimps is bugs, etc., etc., etc. All right, let's bring them back. Good morning, everybody. It is a beautiful day in Ravenswood Bluff. It has a slight chance. There is a slight chance, however, of some storms coming because there's a full moon going on right now. And you hear off in the distance, somewhere over the moors, you hear ooh woo? Or is it awoo? I can't quite tell in this town. They're very similar. But I would like to also say that it is day 1. You have 7 minutes. Come back at 35 past.
Don't worry, guys. That's just me. It's okay.
Listen, I know I'm a furry, but that does not mean I'm the werewolf here.
Wait,
I mean,
Squid's your
I think
furry?
I'm the werewolf out of
that's true.
everybody here. I think me, Wolfie, am the werewolf out of everybody here.
That is
but
how this
yes.
works.
It is indeed how this works. Squid, would you like to chat?
I would
Can I
love
get a
to.
drink check, everybody?
Movie.
Anybody? What are we drinking tonight?
I got Baja Blast.
Nice.
Hell
Glad to
yeah.
talk to you first day ever. Jason, chat.
Sure, I'll follow you.
Suspicious.
Rayback.
Oh,
Hello, what are
I
you?
have accidentally manifested the goblin token.
Oh, okay. Well, you're protected today. I'm the DA, so
Okay,
that's a
gotcha.
thing. I mean, it doesn't really affect you if you want to use it, but if you want to make yourself look suspicious,
Always go for a good hard claim.
Yep, sounds good.
I'm a village idiot, so
Ooh, cool.
take that as you will.
I'm the Elsa here.
Ooh, interesting.
Yes,
For
so
what it's- for what
I'd
it's
love
worth,
your suspicions.
I learned Ryback was evil last night.
Sounds par for the course.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can I kill you tonight?
Well, only if someone doesn't die, because I think the paw you're referring to is the Zomboul paw.
I believe that's a hand.
Are you assuming that I'm just a Zomboul now? I'm
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
murder you so hard tonight, Monica. You have no idea how hard you're gonna die.
Do it. I heard you first.
What are you up for sharing?
1s, 2s, don't really mind.
I am the savant.
Oh, cool. I'm a village idiot.
Oh, I forgot to mention. I actually am. I have not 1, not 2, but 3 drinks today. I have my standard water, then I have my Gatorade, but I also grabbed myself a glass of orange juice. I have 3rd drink, as it were. It's like 3rd drink. It's like 4th wing, but with less dragon fucking.
Very simple. I'm the Shigenja. I got
I like it.
anti-clockwise. So there you go.
You got Jason Sive in my direction.
Yep.
Okay, I'm an outsider.
You're an outsider? What kind of outsider?
Spooky kind of outsider.
Ooh, the puzzle master. You're the plague doctor? Is that what you're suggesting here?
Well, I could be the puzzle master. They're scary. They're like...
Yeah. I'm an information role, but not like a
true
specific information role. Like I don't get like I'm not a village idiot. You know that like.
Yeah, I'm in
learns
a
specific-
I'm in a similar boat. So
Okay, that's.
Not yet,
Not yet. Okay. I will not murder you in the night then.
but maybe in a few days.
Okay. I'll keep that in
I'd
mind.
like to get some info first.
Yeah, of course.
Cool. Thank you.
Bye.
Feeding the grim scenarios copy pasta to the bot.
So faux pas is a possibility.
That's always true, yeah.
And, village idiot drunkenness. So, but
Can I
that's
also-
good to keep in mind.
Can I also mention that it's a faux possibility? I'll leave now.
I would like to call for the exile of Demeta.
Totally fair.
Yeah.
Very reasonable. We don't need the CT copy pasta. There's no reason for that.
I may not be the greatest person to attack. If you succeed, depending on when you succeed, that may tell us about other things.
You could be very cryptic like you just were, or you could, give me a roll.
Well, let me put you this way. If you were looking to surefire prove yourself, don't pick me immediately.
There's no... Huh?
There's something
So
on this script.
confused.
There's something on this script that can interfere with what you do.
Sailor? But
Yeah.
that's like my only guess.
That's exactly what I am.
Alright, cool. Thank you.
All right, see ya.
I was just asking town, or I was asking the players, what's the ideal pulp level in orange juice for you guys? Weigh in. If this goes on YouTube, hey tubers, let me know what you think the ideal amount of pulp is in orange juice. I'm getting better at this.
Lord of Typhony.
Depending on what's true and what isn't, that is certainly.
Ooh. Lord of Typhon neighbors the tea lady.
Ooh, what?
I don't
Wait,
think
that's
that's
not
possible.
No, it's clearly the off-script bounty hunter made the tea lady evil.
Ah, yeah, no, we got 5 evils to worry about.
Exactly.
Great. Let's
Thank
win.
you.
Thank you.
You cold and domestic, just how I like it. My character has character has lots of fruits and vegetables.
Okay.
Yep.
Sounds
Alright.
good. Thank you.
See you around.
But I might be a village idiot who checked Ryback.
Oh, I heard the other one got evil. I don't know. I mean, I
got
could maybe
evil.
I could be
Your
hearing
spot.
your
Oof.
info, or if that was the
You
same
might
thing
be
you
hearing
guys
my
said.
info in that case.
Okay, that's fair. Well, we can always kill
Yeah,
Ryback.
I suppose. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed. I don't necessarily know what to make of it yet, but
Yeah, we'll see.
yeah,
Alright,
already.
sounds good. Thanks.
Well, thank you.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna bluff tea lady then. Probably.
Yeah, my fake savant info is no evils are sitting next to each other, or at least 2 people can survive execution today.
Okay, bye.
Oh, you need.
Hello, welcome back. I will open up nominations in approximately, sorry, chat is talking about pulp, and they've got opinions. Open up nominations in like 30 seconds. Or now. I can do it now. Works fine. Alright, fine. Nominations are open.
Bruce would like to Al-Sahir guess Mullabak as Lord of Typhon, and Saivan, Ryback, and Noku as minions.
Okay. You know what would be funny? Is that if you were correct, I could argue that I would not give it to you just because you didn't claim that Mully was the demon. You said Lord of Typhon.
Well, it could be good Lord of Typhon. I want to be specific.
Great point.
Can I copy Bruce's Elsa here guess and guess
Literally-
Saivan, Ryback, and Noku as minions and Mullabuk as the demon?
You can.
Thank you.
I would like to Alcy here guess. Mullabuk is the demon. Saivan, myself, and Noku as minions.
Who are the minions again?
Saivan, myself, and Noku. Try processing that, folks.
Brain short-circuited for a second there. Okay, yes, thank you.
Jason will nominate Mullabak.
Jason nominates Mullabak and is immediately asked to give an accusation.
It has nothing to do with all that other stuff. I just didn't get a chance to talk to Mullabak. I wanted to say hello, and I wanted to say that Bambi says bonjour.
Molly.
Bonjour. Congrats on escaping my Lord of Typhon line, Jason.
We would need 6 for this to pass. Wolfie also here guesses that Hallow and Bruce are minions, and Sincerity is the demon. Squid also hears that Monica is the demon, and Wolfie and Saivan are minions.
High five.
4 is less than 6. Molly's safe.
Mullabak will nominate Sincerity.
Molly nominates Sincerity and gives an accusation.
This is by far the most objectively pro-Goose gun rights vote on the table today. So I would like to see if the server wants to put its money where its mouth is and votes to give the Goose a gun or not.
Sin?
I consent to this. Also, bonjour, Bambi.
Yes, we should all say bonjour to Bambi. Wolfie, thank you for snitching. We would need 6 for this to pass.
I will not be voting because I believe that geese, like everyone else, should use their firearms responsibly.
What if we vote to kill Mully so that I can shoot him? Because that is a responsible use of a gun.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Only if he's
What's more responsible than democracy?
These days, not much.
Shooting Mullabak.
Second call.
Yeah, that's fair. Bruce nominates Jason.
Bruce nominates Jason. Why?
Shigenja information.
Jason, you are
If you're the Shugenja, we should probably be looking at Saivan.
We would need 6 to tie, 7 to pass. I'm actually a no pulp enjoyer.
High five.
Just saying. Although I can be persuaded if you give me pulp. 4 is not enough.
Just call them flesh pieces, like I've been saying. That will persuade exactly me in May.
I nominate myself.
Ryback nominates Ryback. Why?
Based on the nomination currently on the table, aside from it being a meme that just got 6 votes, We might learn something, or maybe not.
Any defense?
Do it. Do it.
We would need 6 to tie, 7 to pass.
Must be the devil's advocate.
See 8 people who don't want to give
That's
us
also a lot of hands.
I mean, it is killing Ryback, so, you know. We got to do it 3 times in one game at Con. I mean, it was great. 7 is enough. Sin's off the block. Ryback's on the ride block. Final call. A 5.
Monica nominates Bruce.
Monica nominates Bruce and is immediately asked to give an accusation.
Bruce is evil.
Oh, wow. That was like the most succinct one I've ever heard. Bruce, the defense?
Yeah, I'm evil, but like we already got a bunch of votes on Ryback. This is going to be a heavy lift. So evil team, keep your hands down right now.
Heavy lift. We would need 7 to tie, 8 to pass.
Come on, team, lift with your legs.
Let's not.
The old lift with the legs.
I forget if that's the correct way to
Lifting with your legs is a very important safety tip. You should be lifting with your legs.
With your knees, legs, just not with your back. Definitely don't lift with your back. I've taken enough of those safety courses that literally everyone has to take at their jobs to know that you shouldn't do that. I've gotten the question wrong multiple times though. 5 is not enough. Final call. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ryback, how would you prefer to die?
Sam Waterston.
Sam Waterston. Okay. I got a funny Sam Waterston story. I actually met Sam Waterston at a CVS when I went to go get my COVID shot one day. He was just randomly there, also getting his COVID shot.
Incredible.
Yeah. Nice guy. He was a nice guy. He also, however, goes full Jack McCoy on you and executes you. Sentences you to be executed. But as is always the case with a twist ending at the end of an episode of Law & Order, there is a twist because Ryback is executed, but then it twists back. He dies like normal. Everyone go to sleep. Okay, bye.
Like
normal.
Mm-hmm.
Normal. Like normal. Smile.
Very normal.
Yeah, the bot was added. I mean, this is the first stream with the bot. So bot's already serving.
Yeah.
All right, so we don't have to go to Ryback, which means the first person we go to now is Wolfie. Hello, Wolfie.
Tomato, this isn't the lycanthrope token.
I was actually gonna visit you at some point in the night, even though I didn't need to visit you on night 1, just to like inform you of like there was. I can't garden that. I can't change that.
Aw, man. I
But-
think chat should have campaigned for it.
I mean, you've been the Lycan before.
Once, and I was the marionette, so
technically you've never been the Lycan.
You've
So
had the
technically-
lycanthrope token before.
Yeah, but I've never actually been the lycanthrope.
I'll work on it. How about that?
Time I was the lycanthrope, I ended up being a leech host, and also the leech double claimed me.
Very rude. Who would you like to keep at your inn?
I will. I'll just do my neighbors. Hello and Noku.
Hello and Noku. You got it.
I hope I'm not. Considering I haven't talked to either of them, I'm hoping that I'm not like actually anything important.
You know what? You're about to find out.
I suppose I will.
In
thank
like an
you.
hour, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Please choose a non-hallow.
Myself, please.
You are doing you things. Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's time, Bruce.
It's time.
Yeah.
I promised Monica that I will kill her dead, and kill her dead I shall.
All right. You're gonna send the ooh woo over at Monica.
Ooh woo.
Ooh woo. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Hello.
Hello.
Please choose a player.
Let's see. Do I want to try and possibly keep a lycanthrope around? Do I want somebody I don't know dead? Do I want to just kill? Eeny, meeny, miny, Monica.
Eeny, meeny, miny, Monica. Thank you very much.
Yes.
That's my favorite song from when I was a kid. Eeny, meeny, miny, Monica.
Exactly.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
this Jesus. Okay, sure.
It's not gonna realize there's a lycanthrope. That's
Correct.
pretty funny.
Yeah, this has already been some content. I feel like we're drunking Noku, right?
Yeah. And what's interesting is that we should probably show another outsider here, but also it's just going to look like normal info because Simon's going to be claiming a townsfolk role,
Exactly.
since obviously you don't know that you're the drunk. So it's going to look like normal info, which is maybe going to throw a bit of sus on Wolfie, which will make sense if Bruce ever tries to kill them.
I see Bambi's suggestion of giving Mully as the minion to get, or as the outsider to give. It's between Mully and Sincerity. I mean, we could also just give a townsfolk. That creates some weird things. That's actually like one of the rare instances in which giving like actual info to a drunk is probably not bad. But if I give it to Mully, okay, that just kind of stokes more worlds in which it's just going to point directly at Mully at that point. And I feel like we've put a little bit of heat on Mully already. Wolfie
Yeah,
could be
I
an
mean, from
interesting
Ryback's perspective, Mully could be an outsider, sure, but also could just be evil.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm fine showing either one. I don't have a strong preference.
Give a gun on Mully. No, that's not where guns go. It's not where they're supposed to go.
Ekin says, but we want the minion ability, don't we? True.
We'll get there, guys. We'll get there. Mully's not making it to Final 3. I said with foresight of probably that's actually exactly what's going to happen now that I've put it out there in the
Yeah,
open.
it's probably gonna get Fengu jump tonight.
Sag. I'm just going to show Sincerity.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Still alive.
Yay.
I am going to point you in the direction of Sincerity.
Sincerity.
Yes.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you. Still alive.
Hooray.
Please choose a player.
I am going to pick Bruce.
Bruce, I will show you good.
Good. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. We could have put the sus on Bruce at that point, but I actually think it would be more damaging to town for Sivan to think that Ryback was evil at this point.
I mean, they could have just both been evil.
I know. I feel like that's... I don't know. I mean, it substantiates Monica's whole Sugenja info. I get it, but like... I think I'm okay with this. I think I'm okay with good. Sometimes I'm okay. I think it's fine. I think it's fine. Could have also just been shown both evil. I understand, but... oh well. What's done is done.
Indeed.
It's hell of a night, though. Hell of a night. So... let's see what happens. The ooh-woos are getting stronger from across the town, encircling the border and perimeter of Ravenswood Bluff. Throughout the night, you start to hear the ooh-woos towards the full moon. And sure enough, among those that are not going to be able to hear those ooh-woos anymore is Monica. Nominations are open in 6 minutes.
Rosanna.
It's
Hello.
good then.
Malaba?
Hello.
Yeah. Let's go.
I guess not. Okay.
How's it going?
Hello, what's up?
Not much. I was gonna see what you want to do. I'll do whatever. So.
Well, I would like everyone to know that they need to vote Sincerity. We got very distracted by Ryback for no reason yesterday, but we need to focus on our core mission of giving a goose a gun through Sincerity. It's important.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
What do you think we should do this game?
I don't really have a lot. I'm the general, so I'm just working off vibes, and
Okay.
I specifically asked that I get my information based on Navean honking, and depending on how evil is winning, it would be more distressing of a honk. So
Okay,
I'm not sure how useful my information. I mean, about as well as you would expect, but
The microphone's clipping.
Let me tell
it's
you,
a nightmare.
my plan will
Okay, that's helpful, actually.
Yeah,
Yes.
honkers.
I was talking to village idiots, but I didn't get any information from them because I was claiming Goblin to everyone, and that doesn't help me as a good player, but it's funny.
That's so fair. Demeta, if you could stick around after this chat.
Okay, I'll leave you alone.
All right, thank you. Good luck,
Bye.
Noku.
All right. You want some fake savant info?
I mean, if Navean was here, I would say yes. I would love fake savant info, but because you're the one giving it, probably not.
You don't want fake savant info.
I'm just messing with you. I mean, I'm making up my own. I think.
How do you feel about orange juice?
I mean, I don't drink. I don't have breakfast most days,
Neither do
so I don't often drink juices. But orange juice is definitely good. I much prefer apple juice.
I'm more of an apple juice enjoyer, obviously over pear juice, 100%. But I do prefer an apple juice most of the time. But every now and then, a good orange juice I think feels really good.
It just depends on what's in the fridge for me, whether or not my family has bought orange juice or apple juice on any given day.
So
But
valid.
Savant info, fake savant info. All right, at least okay. So I have a DA and a goblin. last night at least one person registered as an alignment they should not have. And if I say that, could you count that as like, ooh, actually I want to rephrase it to someone was seen as an alignment they should have, and this includes the lycanthrope hitting a faux pas because they were seen as evil by the lycanthrope and therefore not died. Is that if that,
I mean, I would probably
you
say it. I would probably say that in the way of like, a player was seen as an alignment that they are not.
yes,
Yeah.
as like, so that's like getting hit by a drunk village idiot or something like that.
Yep.
All right, perfect. At least one player was seen as an alignment they are not, or
That's different, chat. It's not about misregistration. I'm not. That would specifically point at a faux pas. This is literally a player was seen, which opens up the ability of village idiot and other abilities. Yeah. So I think that's the wording I would use.
or at least one person who could survive execution today can, or could survive execution yesterday cannot today.
Suggesting a
Yes, I did.
DA or sailor or something like that.
DA, sailor, pretty much those are the only two, but that they picked specifically different people. Or somehow Tea Lady neighbors got changed. So I think that's very interesting.
Ooh, yeah, there you go. I
Right,
forgot
thank you
about
very
Tea
much.
Lady because it's one of your bluffs.
Oh, well, yeah. But anyways, thank you.
Thank you.
I do think I found an evil player or a drunk or Joyzen village idiot.
Okay. I assume you were claiming sailor.
Yep.
Cool. I am the
just
tea
gotta
lady.
go to the Goya Isle.
That sounds good.
Big fan of Goya.
I am not interested
please
in testing
sponsor us.
today specifically for reasons. Not that I'm ever particularly interested in testing, but
No, they
today
happen
specifically,
collaterally.
definitely don't.
But thankfully, I can't drive any nomination otherwise into that anyway.
That's fair. That's fair.
Given what's on script, I'm going to hold who I drank with for now because I think if I pick a non-Puka demon, I'm probably sober. Some of the minions are probably sober on night one, so I probably hit an outsider or a non-acting townsfolk. So,
Gotcha. Do you care to share who? Or
at the moment, I'm not willing because if we're somehow in a Fengu game and I've not heard of an outsider yet, I don't want to highlight outsiders.
That's fair. That's fair.
I mean, it may be relevant later because that player could just be.
Yeah,
evil
of course.
anyway.
No, that's
thanks.
It's every time.
People have to say on top of that is on them. A lot of people are projecting a lot of things onto me.
How dare you take my role? Or you're the Moonchild.
I
Or
don't
the
fucking
demon,
know
of
things
course.
from any people.
Either way, you took the two good at wolf or wolf adjacent, being Moonchild, rolls away from me. So how dare you?
I have done no such thing, Wolfie.
I think you have, Sin. I think you have actually. But I am the Elsa here.
The Elsa here is okay. So who do you think is the demon?
I have absolutely no clue. I'm probably gonna put you in because you're claiming to kill.
Maybe you should kill me for it then. Except
mean-
you didn't. You had your chance, and you chose not to.
Look, I didn't talk to you, and I'm not much of an advocate for killing people I haven't talked to yet. So
Okay.
also not heard of any others. Yeah, I've been open with it. Whatever. I'm the tea lady.
Ooh, interesting.
I am not interested in testing this fact.
That makes sense.
Yep. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. We're talking about mango juice, and I completely forgot because I was trying to figure out what brand it was. I forgot that Simply makes a mango juice that you can usually find in most good grocers. Mango juice is pretty baller. Big fan of that as well. Nominations are open.
Mullock will nominate Sincerity.
Mullibach will nominate Sincerity. Roseanne, I'll get you after this nomination.
Oh, good.
Tell me about it, Molly.
Okay, now that we don't have any drunken Rybacks to interfere with the plan can proceed apace, where we give the goose a gun and everybody has a good time.
Sin?
I don't think town has the guts.
The guts. We need 5 to have the guts.
Why are you doing this,
High five.
Mullibach?
Why didn't we do it yesterday, Ryback? It would have been better yesterday. Like, it has to happen. The only question is when.
You sound evil as shit right now.
Okay, well, we can resolve that.
6 is enough. Sin is on the block.
Can I please, Elsa, here guess that FM Jason and Hello are minions and Noku is the demon?
Okay.
I would like to also hear guess FM Jason as minion, Sincerity as minion, Wolfie as demon.
Okay. Second call.
I think we should spare Sincerity's life and kill FM Jason or Bruce.
Wolfie has also here guessed that Mully and Jason are minions and Rosanna is the demon. Final call.
Why would you want to kill Bruce? Come on.
A 5. A 4. A 3.
could also kill
gossiped. Ryback has gossiped that Bruce is a bad boy. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sid, Sarah.
My also here.
Did you also hear? I apologize. Bruce is the demon, and Rosanna and Noku are the minions. Okay, thank you. Sin, how would you prefer to be executed?
Quickly.
Pew.
Sincerity claims Moonchild and chooses Mullibuk.
Okay. I was going to actually make a joke about when I say pew, I was actually going to go to the local church and throw a pew at you.
That's so funny.
Everybody go to sleep. Okay, bye. Ooh, that Elsa here cast was close.
Hey, we're in the Blessed Chief Thief cabin.
Excellent. Love it.
Anyway, extremely rude of one outsider to take out another outsider in a Fangu game. If we get lucky, maybe Wolfie picks Mullibuk and causes chaos.
Ooh, that would be nice. That would be really nice. I did the air horn thing. Okay. We go to Wolfie. Please choose 2 players.
So I could interfere. I could. I'm not going to, but I could interfere. With the whole Moonchild thing. But I'm not going to, because that feels a bit rude. I am going to choose. Who do I choose? This is a great question. You know what? I'm gonna choose Rosanna and Sivan, please.
Rosanna and Sivan. You got it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Is it in bad taste to drunk Rosanna?
No, that's who we should be drunking.
I'm just okay. Sivan could be double drunk though, which means that they'd be sober in an antidote game. Let's go to Jason.
We're not in an antidote game though.
I know. Please choose a player that is not you.
I'll go with Squid, I guess.
I'm sorry?
Squid, please.
Squid, please. Thank you very much. It's time. Again.
Okay. I don't know if my thinking cap is on right now. So Sincerity claimed Moonchild and picked Mullibuk. What are possible implications of me choosing Mullibuk tonight?
You're saying if Mully is evil?
No, if Mully is good. Oh wait, I guess the question is Mullibuk alive? Like at this point in time. If I choose Mullibuk, right?
The Lycanthrope acts before the Moonchild.
Moonchild does? Okay. I feel like I'm missing a really big thing here, but I think I'm going to pick Mullibuk as well in hopes that means the demon doesn't get a free kill.
Okay.
But we'll see.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. Well, what are we taking?
This is fun because it could look like Mully is a Fangu who jumped since he is the only death. And Mully is pretty good about figuring out who's an outsider, even if they aren't claiming outright outsider. He's pretty good at that. So he could definitely be a Fangu who jumped and who is claiming outsider to like mess with outsider kind of stuff.
Yeah. Before we choose our storyteller ability, we should go to Squid.
Yeah, but I'm gonna vote Poisoner.
Okay. Please choose a player.
First, I choose Noku, but second off, when I tell you I nearly shit myself when Rosanna guessed the minions and then Noku.
Yeah.
I nearly died.
Yeah.
Anyways, yes, I killed Noku. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I mean...
Well, you know, if we get really lucky, Rosanna will guess the minions and Squid today, but she'll be drunk. That would be fun.
Can we poison Bruce now and give the demon a kill? So, yeah, so so first off, if we were the poisoner, we probably shouldn't be poisoning tonight, first off.
Yeah, it depends on how you want to run it. Like, if you run it that the ability that you gain is still at its position in the night order, we would not be poisoning tonight. We would be able to poison on future nights. If you run it that you gain it and can use it right away, then we would be able to do it tonight. So it just depends on how you want to run it with regards to like night order flexibility.
I would not want to do. I mean, it's probably in the best interest of the ability of the Plague Doctor to cause it to poison tonight. In the interest of just, I don't think it's really going to make that big of a difference if we actually do poison tonight, because the only thing we could do is potentially poison Bruce, which means that Sin kills Mullibok and Squid gets to kill Noku and get a double kill. But I think it's also just fine to just not do that.
Yeah. Like if there's a double kill, then like that's kind of good favored.
Right.
So if we leave it as just a single kill, there's more questions about, for example, is Mullibok just a Fengu who jumped potentially, right?
Yeah. That's why I think I'm actually okay leaving it as is.
Yeah, I'm also fine just leaving it as is, and then in the future, if Bruce is figuring too much stuff out, we can just poison him.
Absolutely, because we can do that.
Okay, who are we showing Noku?
Well, Noku now needs to see not a outsider, correct?
Yeah, we showed an outsider, which means that kind of we can basically show anybody on the board aside from Sivan. Obviously, we're not going to be showing Mullibok either, because he's dead for one thing. But I don't know. I think Squid's a decent shout. I should probably show an evil here.
I think Squid is actually probably the best choice, actually, which seems weird because there's 3 evils alive. I think it's the best choice.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
Plus, if Noku says to execute Squid, well, Squid's DA protected. Today's the day to do it.
Right.
And then if Squid gets, there's a lot of heat on Squid, we just poison Bruce and Squid figures out who to jump to.
Hopefully, because Sivan's information is definitely wrong.
Yeah. Speaking of, we will need to figure out what we're basically just gonna paint goods as evils as goods.
For the most part, yeah. So like Wolfie shown as evil. I think one of Noku or Rosanna shown as evil, because we already showed Ryback as evil. We don't want to go more than 3. We could go more than 3, but only if they're in a row. Which we could show like Noku, Wolfie, Hallow as all evils as well.
Noku, Wolfie,
if we wanted to build a
Hallow.
Typhon line.
Yeah. Typhon line is an interesting world to sell. Let's go to Noku first.
Yeah. Okay.
Still alive.
Yay, still alive.
I showed you Sincerity yesterday. I'm going to go right next door, and I'm going to show you Squid.
Squid.
Yep.
I have a question.
Yeah.
If I was drunk yesterday, would my info today still be arbitrary, or are we just looking at what I saw yesterday?
So it says you learn a different character type than last night. So you would have been shown a player last night, and they then get shown the next player the next night. Now, if on any of those nights that you are drunk, a token is still placed on whoever that player is. The day that you are sober after or the day that you sober up afterwards, the token has to be moved relative to the character of that player, regardless as to whether or not they were a correct choice the night before, so to speak. It's reflexive.
Okay, I understand.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Great. Thanks.
Okay, thank you. And then we go to Sivan, and that's it.
Yep.
Still alive.
Oh, wow.
Please choose a player.
I want to pick Hollow, please.
Hello. You learn evil.
Yeah, alright.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Typhon line. I'm in. I'm sold.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah, I'm in.
Ryback's just a minion, maybe a mastermind who decided he would be expendable, or maybe a DA who protected somebody else but was willing to like put some shade on Molly or something.
And then Noku, Wolfie, or Demon. Oh, so good.
Hell yeah. I mean, that'll match up with the Lycanthropy stuff. And then Monica just has to be like, I don't know, drunk. It has to be poisoned. Can't be the drunk because there's already 2 outsiders.
Or a faux pas.
No, wait.
It's just a faux pas.
True.
Yeah, it's just a faux pas. Easy. Should get you affected by the faux pas.
Yeah. There we go. Easy.
Let's bring it back. Now, as much as we're fans of oo-woos, we now have got some woo-woos. Someone put a W at the beginning, so we heard a woo, and then a woo, and then a third woo. It's woo-woo-woo. Wild. What's going on with these wolves/weeps? Last night, a player died, and that player is Mullibok. And then in addition to that, nominations are in 5 minutes.
I for sure thought that was set up for me dying.
Sivan, can we chat?
Yes.
Rosanna?
Mullibok?
Yes.
Suck.
Hello. What do you expect if I told you that I lied to you on the first day?
I wouldn't be that surprised.
Okay, were you really telling me you were the village idiot? Was that
Yes.
true? Amazing. I'm the balloonist that saw you on the first day, on the first night. Then I saw Sincerity, and then I saw Squid.
Huh.
And I feel like it makes sense.
I'm not sure that adds up.
I will also told you
I
that I
need-
was informed by an innkeeper that I was drunk
An
on the night too.
innkeeper?
Supposedly, but I really don't trust
That's
that.
news
I
to
feel
me.
like I'm
It's really just a question of whether Bruce is a wicked and bad, but we'll see.
Okay. Intriguing. All right.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a Typhon line, I think it's Jason down to Ryback, but I think it's not a Typhon line because if that's the case, we're really doing well, aren't we?
Yeah, I don't think that's the case.
So I'm interested in maybe it being a Zombool game, and specifically a Zombool game with a Lycanthrope, and the Lycanthrope missed last night. That's my solve right now, or where I'm sort of starting.
I have a Lycanthrope claim, so I might have to circle
Oh.
back to them and see if they are still claiming Lycanthrope.
Yeah, that would probably be a good idea. I mean, I guess the other option is Sincerity. Sincerity was Pucka killed, and
Day 1. Did you get Plague Doctor vibes immediately, or was it on like day 2 or something?
No, I recounted the entire conversation. I claimed to Molly, and Molly said, "Pick me, I want to die," and I said, "Okay." I don't know what you want from me above that, but that's
No.
I have.
I just want to make sure he's. I just want to make sure he's not backing into an outsider claim. Okay.
I do not know. He did not claim outsider to me. We are assuming that is what is going on.
Right. I'm okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay.
All right, I'll see you around.
I will use that to try and figure out what to guess. Thank you.
Oh, sorry.
Well, at this point, I just feel like all my info is wrong.
Uh-huh.
I don't think Ryback's evil.
Uh-huh. Well,
Bruce good. I can't make any heads or tails of that. And apparently, I'm drunk last night.
yeah. I mean, like, I thought since I was picking at least one village idiot, and I didn't know who else to pick, I was like, well, I'm already picking one. Might as well pick both, right? And like
Both?
well, yeah. I mean, Rosanna also gave me village idiot, so
That's not what Rosanna gave me. That
Say.
Correct.
Okay, interesting.
Mullabuck was eager to die with Sincerity doing that whole deal on day 1.
Yeah.
To make sure he didn't want to back into an outsider bluff. I hope he's not the actual Plague Doctor.
He did claim outsider to me.
Yeah, when did he claim that? Like day 1 or
Day 2.
well, he would do that if he was evil because he probably knows I did drink with him by meta.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess we pocket that maybe he's a Fangu who jumps or maybe a Zombool, but I guess like we get one death there. That's kind of weird. So that means like if I've heard of a Lycanthrope claim, the Lycanthrope has to hit the faux pas or an evil or a protected player, and then the demon then does what? I don't know.
Maybe, well, if the demons are Zombool, they wouldn't get to kill, right? Or if Sincerity was a pucker target, then maybe Mullabok was.
Probably drunk would be the other one. I don't know which one Mullabok is, but I assume Plague Doctor or Puzzle Master.
That's
It's not often I come to town square when I say that noms are open and no one is here. Interesting.
Look at us, the only polite ones.
The dragon drags. It's a drag race.
Claim feels like the wrong word.
Oh, sorry. Are you then?
Oh, yes.
Squid, would you like to go and have that answered privately?
Oh, my apologies. I'm so overzealous with the dragon. I mess up storyteller consults.
Rosanna.
Yeah.
Can we talk first thing tomorrow?
Sure.
All right. Now that everyone's back,
Can I also hear guess, please?
you sure can.
I would like to guess Bruce and Syvan as minions and Squid as the demon.
Okay.
I was told a Lycanthrope chose me, which would limit town carnage. So I guess it was a good choice, but it wasn't the funniest choice. So whatever.
It's all right. These things happen.
I don't think a Lycanthrope did choose you.
Wolfie is not the Lycanthrope.
Wolfie would
I
like
am
to also
not
hear
the
guess.
Lycanthrope.
Yeah,
Bruce and
of course
Squid-
you're not the Lycanthrope, Wolfie. I told you that.
Wolfie would like to also hear guess that Bruce and Squid are minions and Hallow is the demon. Thank you.
I have an obligation to claim Lycanthrope day 1 though, so.
Woo. Woo?
It's in the name.
Woo indeed.
I mean, listen, guys, I got 45 minutes. I'll speed this game right along. I'll say second call for nominations.
Bruce nominates FM Jason.
Bruce nominates FM Jason and is immediately asked to give an accusation.
From what I know, or what I think I know, Shigenja line still points towards FM Jason or Sivan over there. I know that I'm good. If we want to have an opportunity to possibly kill an evil, here's a good one.
Jason?
Yeah, I mean, oh God, I would have loved this so much more if it was anyone other than you nominating me, Bruce. I don't mind dying. I'll even out my information. It's fine. I'm a general, and last night was the first night that my information points more towards evil. So I really don't want to get executed today because I think that would put us in a bad spot. But you can do it if you want.
We would need 4 for this to pass.
May I know what you got last night?
Yeah, it was a slightly more distressed sounding honk than the nights before.
I see. Okay.
3 is less than 4.
I love the scale of like distressed sounding honks, but also I feel like
It's hard to get votes on that.
Jason on the block. I'm tied out.
Yep.
No, I'm not on the
I don't think the honks would be more distressed as evil was winning.
Yeah, and also like, I don't know.
Folks,
hold on.
Noku?
Noku, I would like to nominate Siphon.
Tell me about
it. So there is information that's just that Siphon could be actually the role that they are claiming, which is why I trust it less.
Siphon?
That's an unfortunate accusation. That being said, I do believe that there's misinformation going around town that is actively discrediting or possibly throwing like confusion on my information. I'm finding it very hard to parse, and I believe that there's a little bit more information that needs to come to town before we can actually start solving. That being said, get me out of here sooner rather than later.
We would need 4 for this to pass.
Yeah, I think FM Jason's evil.
It was certainly a much easier lift on this nomination.
Yeah.
For what
4
it's worth.
is enough.
I mean, to be fair, Molly, I do think both are quite likely evil candidates in my world, at least.
Yeah,
Sure.
I don't know about Jason, but right now I'm suspecting Rosanna and Hollow.
I'll say final call.
I mean, if Rosanna's evil, Bruce is evil with the third evil with that.
A 5. A 4. A 3. A 2. A 1. Siphon, preferred method of execution.
Poof.
Did you say soup?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. You did not say soup, but we're gonna say soup. Most of the evening by town is spent debating what constitutes a soup. They eventually decide that a large vat of water and ice cubes constitutes a soup, and they throw you inside of that soup, and you freeze to death. You are executed and die, and everyone go to sleep. You heard it here first, folks. A bowl of ice water with ice cubes in it is a soup.
Bing bang.
Our finger's got to make it the long haul, and we believe in you, Squid. You can do it.
Squid can do it. Squid could easily do it.
I think the savant info that Squid has been coming up with is pretty solid.
I do agree. Some of the savant info that I have heard has been very good. What was yesterday's savant info that you came up with?
It was something like all evils have been in Al-Sahir guesses, which was clarified that Squid was giving that to Sincerity, and Sincerity was like, does that mean any Al-Sahir guesses or just from the Al-Sahir? And that was when we got dragged back. So I clarified, for your bluff, this is what I would have answered. Yeah. But obviously, Squid could have said whatever, but chose to go with that, which I think makes a lot of sense. So that was one, and then the other was, I don't remember what the other one was, but it was another solid piece of info.
I'm really happy that Squid has taken over the savant minds all by themselves and is just getting gold out of it.
Heck yeah.
We poisoned Bruce, right?
We're probably poisoning Bruce for the rest of the game. I wouldn't hate swapping it to Wolfie depending on what their 2 picks are. So, I'm not strong on the token integrity there between those two. They're the two that have the most opportunity to like make the game even harder for evil than it already is with a Fengu who hasn't jumped.
Yeah. I'm going to go to Wolfie now because I'm sure that they're like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Please choose 2 players.
I'm gonna pick Squid and Noku, please.
Squid and Noku. Thank you very much.
I feel a bit bad about repeatedly picking Noku, but like I think Noku's good, so I want to keep him alive.
Understood. Thank you very much. Please choose a not Squid.
Me, please.
You please.
Oh yeah. Yes, please.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's time.
Is it Awu time?
It's Awu time.
Awu time. I am going to pick. I would like to Awu at Hollow's direction.
Awu in the general direction of Hallow.
Yep. I'm gonna Awu out east.
Nice. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Please choose a player.
Hello. Rosanna got too damn close. I would like to kill Rosanna, please.
It's time?
It's time.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right.
So Bruce has missed already. So honestly, Rosanna's dying either way. So we don't really need to worry about what to do with Wolfie here. And we can keep our drunk balloonist, although literally there's no way to give the balloonist on drunk info unless we show Squid again, but that just verifies Wolfie is the innkeeper to Noku, and I think that's maybe not the right choice.
I agree. Yeah, I mean, whoever we put it on is just not the same as Squid. So if we wanted to verify that Squid is a townsfolk, we might want to throw it at Hallow.
That's what I'm thinking as well. Bruce has missed on Hallow, and Syvan has information on Hallow being evil. I believe they also said publicly yesterday, I'm currently suspecting Hallow. So if we put it on Hallow, then maybe Squid looks a little bit better because Hallow is looking pretty evil to several people right now.
Correct. Frame that heckin' gobbo. Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to Noku. Still alive.
Amazing.
I showed you 2 nights ago. I showed you Sincerity, and then Sincerity's neighbor Squid.
Yes.
I am now showing you Squid's neighbor Hallow.
Wow. Finally, something that doesn't add up. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Given Noku's accent, I thought "thank you" came out as "Fengu" for a second. That's it. We have nothing else to do.
Yeah, although the information not adding up might, from Noku's position, verify Wolfie as innkeeper, but then it also just makes Squid and Hallow both good townsfolk, and then he'd be looking for evils in like Rosanna, Jason, Bruce, probably.
Right, and Monica will continue pushing on Bruce because she gets info.
Yeah, Bruce and FM Jason are just always going to be potential evils from Monica's perspective. Yeah.
All right, let's bring them back. So we went from awus to uwus to woo-woos to woo-woo-woos, and now we are at wee-woo banger alert. Because there's a banger playing right now. In addition to that, however, Rosanna is dead. Nominations in 5 minutes.
Rosanna.
I said I talked to Hello, and then I could talk to you after that.
Okay, but
Hello.
you did say you were going to talk to me. Okay.
Hello. I'm T Ladying.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
Big if true.
Yeah, I mean, the evil team clearly is. I'm wondering if the night where there was only the one death from Sincerity picking Molly was people hitting me, but I also find it odd that they haven't killed me yet. I think that's probably just because people are sus of me for some reason.
Link to share because I have something for you.
I have savant information. Are you ready to hear it?
Oh, hell yeah.
All right, let's. I need some water first. Day 1. No evils neighbor each other, or at least 2 people can survive execution today. Day 2. Last night, at least 1 person was seen as an alignment they are not, or at least 1 person who could survive execution yesterday cannot today. And day 3. All the evil players have been in at least 1 Alsahir guest, and I checked, and this does mean specifically the Alsahir, should we have one. Like, not any just random outside here guys, like these outside here.
Okay.
Or no outsiders, neighbor and evil.
Oh wow, that is a lot. That is a lot. I can tell you that I am a balloonist, and I saw Sivan, Sincerity, you, and Hallow.
Okay, hold on. I had you down as cannibal. Let me change this. Okay, say that again. Sivan,
Sincerity.
Line, and we're screwed. But in that world, we're just losing anyway. So
yeah.
Because I think people just want to kill Jason today.
I think if your social reads are correct and Squid and Noku are good, which I'm not entirely certain that that's true, but going with that, then the evil team kind of has to be Hallow, Bruce, or Jason and a dead player. I don't know. I don't think Bruce and Jason are on the same team. Maybe they are. So I think by process of elimination, if you're actually good, then one of your social reads has to be wrong. Hallow must be evil in all worlds, and one of Bruce and Jason must be evil in all worlds. So we kill Hallow no matter what? Question mark?
I guess. I truly have no idea.
Or we killed
what I'm doing.
Bruce or Jay. Or we killed Bruce or Jay. Like the thing is, Bruce is reading to me much more evil than Jason, but I don't know. My social radar on both of them is not great because I haven't played that much with Jason, and Bruce and I have a history, and
just fair.
I haven't had a chance to talk to Hollow yet.
And then Noku claimed cannibal to me, but there's no world where Noku's the cannibal.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of how that could work with who we got executed.
I mean, I think there just would have had to have been some information that would have come out at some point.
Yeah, well, I based off of the people who were executed, it doesn't seem like there's much information for Noku to have shared.
No, but would have at least be like sailor pick, got like
yeah,
a sailor
that's fair.
pick or something.
Yeah.
Lead the way.
All right, now this savant info. I'm kind of proud of this, but it might not be good. All right. So here you go. There are the correct amount of outsider and minion abilities in play. That means 2 outsider abilities and 2 minion abilities. So that's suggesting like Lord of Typhon or an extra outsider or a Plague Doctor dying. Or at least one person does not have the ability of the token they were dealt out. So that means they're the drunk, they got Fangu jumped to, they were Typhon changed.
They don't have the ability of the token that they received. Okay.
So that's counting for drunk.
Yep.
Is what that was doing. And at some point I thought we had a cannibal. So that was also.
And then the first one, maybe phrase it as the standard number of, or the expected number of demon or outsider and minion abilities are in play.
All right, thank you. Yes, that makes more sense.
Yep, I got you.
And I will have said that I clarified that means specifically 2 outsider, 2 minion.
Yeah, I would say it that way. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Math, to that point, it's not that the count has been unmodified. This statement covers more of that. It covers things like Plague Doctor. So it covers for that.
Of you and Wolfie, one of Bruce and Jason, and one of Squid and Noku. So the whole game is solved. It's just that it's all solved in these weird pairs that I hate.
Huge mining. Major mining.
Yeah.
Squid is playing Minecraft.
Are there worlds where it's both Bruce and Jason?
Maybe they're throwing shade at each other. I've done that as a minion, but it feels like they're on opposite teams because their solves are coming from completely different directions.
Yeah.
So
fair, but also.
Hello.
I think it's the DA and Demon next to each other.
Hello, everybody. Now that you have been dragged on, nominations are open.
Bruce, did you kill me?
I did not. I picked Hollow last night.
Ooh, okay. Interesting.
Ooh, the T is real.
I would be perfectly fine to execute that today.
Given what I have heard, I would also like to execute Hallow today.
Bruce would like to nominate Hollow.
Bruce nominates Hollow. Why?
I'm a lycanthrope. I tried to kill Hollow after successfully killing Monica and Mullabach. Maybe if we kill Hollow today, that could kill an evil.
Hollow?
Oh, sure, I'm the goblin.
Hollow's claimed goblin. We need 3 for this to pass.
I got a goblin at the end of the Typhon line.
I'll leave it up to.
Oh, don't like this.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we found them.
Yeah.
3 is enough. Hal's on the block.
Well,
Rosanna
given
did
use a dead vote for what it's worth.
I'm sorry?
That yeah, sorry if I'm an idiot for voting there, but I just
I don't think you're an idiot. You could...
to get votes.
I just don't.
I have a thing I want to say. Given the fact that I've told a person who is absolutely evil, I'm the innkeeper. Hi, hello. I don't think I've helped good at all this game. So I think I've only made good players drunk. So that's my bad. Sorry, guys.
Second call.
We want a
Jason will nominate Wolfie.
Jason nominates Wolfie. Why?
If we're scared of the goblin thing or anything like that, I think this is the kill otherwise. But I just don't know. I don't know if Hallow is the goblin or not.
Wolfie?
I voted on that because I'm always in the mood to kill goblins. I don't either way, do what you want.
Wolves killing goblins. Pretty sure there's a lot of D&D campaigns probably based on that. We would need 3 to tie, 4 to pass.
I don't want it to tie.
Yeah. I do think this might be it, though.
2's not enough.
Do we want another nomination? I'm happy to nominate if somebody wants one.
Final call?
Yeah, that's fair. I'll respect the dead vote.
I do think that Wolfie is more likely evil than Squid if we're looking at a Typhon line because of my information. Like, I get counterclockwise, and like one of Bruce or Jason has to be evil in my info.
My info suggests that somebody, Hallow or Squid, is evil, probably. So I just am worried about the goblin. Quite lame. That's it.
If Bruce is the lycanthrope, we haven't actually looked for the faux pas at all. By the way, I feel like that's an important thing to mention.
I think the faux pas is almost certainly Ryback if Bruce is the Lycan.
Do we want another nomination, or are we letting this go on Hallow?
I think
I would rather kill Bruce
or we can kill that.
Squid nominates Bruce.
Squid nominates Bruce. Tell me about it.
What town wants to do, I'm happy to oblige. Oh my god, did we hear that, or was my push to talk?
I heard you.
I heard it.
All right,
Bruce.
I would like to have my defense be what Rosanna said. Please don't kill Bruce. Well, we could tie if we want to.
3 to tie, 4 to pass.
I can nominate Jason after this if you'd like.
The problem with killing either me or Bruce is if it's a Lord of Typhon, we lose.
I'm down with Jason, though.
I mean, the nominations.
Wolfie
and
nominates Jason.
Right?
Wolfie nominates Jason. Anything to add?
I'm here to present it as an option to town. I don't really know what to do right now.
Jason?
I agree with Ryback. This feels like a lift. I won't let it tie, though. I will break a tie.
3 to tie, 4 to pass. Two is not enough.
Yeah, I think it's GG.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello. Preferred method of execution.
Heat stroke.
Heat stroke. Okay. There's got to be some kind of a sex joke in there, but I'm going to avoid it for now. It's super hot, like fire, and it causes you to just get dehydrated and pass out, and you die.
I immediately thought of the rap battle video.
Yeah, super hot fire. Of course. It's a classic. Hallows executed and dies. And the game is over. Congratulations to the evil team. Well done with the goblin win.
I can't believe it.
Well, so that is how things went down. Let's talk about how that game went. I would like to talk about your evil team, your starting evil team, I should say, which is Hallow, your goblin, Jason, your devil's advocate, who was DA protecting themselves today, and Squid, your Fangu, who never got a chance to jump because you killed all the outsiders.
You sure did, including using one outsider to kill another.
Very rude of you guys. Very rude of town to do that. So yes, that is exactly what happened because there was a conspiracy afoot by the outsiders in this town. And by that I mean we had Mullibach, your plague doctor, and Sincerity, your moonchild. Mully nominated Sincerity. Sincerity died. Sincerity picked Mully, and Mully died because Molly was, in fact, an outsider. You starved the Fangu of hosts. Your other outsider, of course, because there were 3, there could have been 4, but there were 3, was Syvan, your drunk, who saw the village idiot token. There were no other VIs in play, it was just Syvan. So Syvan was, in fact, just the drunk. After Mully and Sincerity decided to commit Sudoku by doing their mutual killing of each other, there was only one Fangu jump left, onto Syvan, and then you killed Syvan. So the Fangu had nowhere to go. Big Sag. In addition to that, we had the rest of your town, which was, in fact, Monica, your Shugenja, who got an accurate anti-clockwise, because Jason was the closest evil. There was another evil 3 away, but it was Squid. We had the ability to figure out how to fuck with the Shugenja on this script, though, because Bruce was your Lycanthrope, which meant we had a faux pas floating around. I am astounded, amazed, bewildered, befuddled. Our faux pas did nothing this game. Literally.
It did not do too much.
Neither did our poisoning after our plague doctor died.
Just did nothing. After Molly died, Bruce, you were poisoned. And you were probably going to stay
But
poisoned.
it didn't matter since you picked an evil anyway.
Yeah, you did pick an evil, so it didn't matter anyway. Your faux pas, as you maybe have guessed, was the player who wanted to get the actual paw so badly this game. Wolfie, your innkeeper, was in fact your faux pas that entire game. It did not matter at all, however. Just not at all. Because there was no checking of that player, even though we had abilities that could potentially cause things to interact with the faux pas that were in the game, such as a Moonchild, an Al-Sahir, and a VI. I mean, technically it was a drunk, but it was a VI. That, and obviously the Lycanthrope itself, those all could have interacted with the faux pas. They never did. It just never happened. What did happen, though, was that Wolfie was your innkeeper and caused some pretty brutal drunkings. No. Noku did technically get good info, because Noku was the balloonist. The problem with Noku, though, is that while he was the balloonist, every other night he was innkeeper drunk.
So basically, Noku's information looked correct, even though technically it wasn't, because we showed Syvan, who, pulled the VI token, but is actually the drunk. And then we showed another outsider, but of course Syvan would be claiming a townsfolk role. And then when Noku was sober, we showed the demon, and then Noku was drunk again. And so it's like, well, technically Noku has to get good info here, unless we show Squid again, and that's a bad idea.
It would have been a bad idea.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't know what else to do.
It's okay.
I mean, my info made me know that Hallow was probably evil, but it didn't help.
That did not help. I'm sorry. I thought you were good, so I was like, okay, I don't want you to die.
And then the remainder of your town was Rosanna, your Al-Sahir. Rosanna, oh my god.
You were so close.
That scared the shit out of us. It scared the shit out of everybody.
Nearly shit myself.
On the day that you guessed that Jason and Hallow were minions, if you had just guessed that Squid was the demon, the game would have ended right there.
God damn. And then I guessed Squid Demon the next day, right? But not the right minions.
Correct.
Ugh. And then I put my dead vote on the Goblin.
Well, the dead vote on the Goblin, like Sin was saying, isn't going to matter because I'm pretty sure Sin or Squid would have put it on the block. So it didn't end up really affecting the game all that much anyway. But then there's Ryback. Ryback, who did you, as the sailor, decide you were going to drink with on the first night?
Of course I picked Mollibach.
Of course you picked Mollibach. And of course Navean and I said, there's no friggin' way. There's absolutely no way we are drunking our plague doctor on day one. There's just not a chance. So instead, we let you be drunk. You did the science. You got executed. And of course, it would have been really fun to just keep on pushing evil narratives onto Mollibach, which we kind of did, but, yeah, he did the get down, Mr. President. Exactly. There was a world for a little while in which Ryback could have been the Zomboul. It didn't end up panning out that way. But we kept on trying to basically forge information between Noku's information and the VI info, which you guys eventually sussed out was incorrect, that we were trying to kind of paint, Navean actually pointed this out, which was really cool, that we were trying to basically point a Typhon line between Ryback as like a failed DA or just whatever, and then Hallow as the Goblin, and then either Noku or Wolfie would have had to have been the demon at that point for a Typhon line. That could have been really cool. So we kind of tried to paint the world into that in which that did happen. Like I said, Monica was your Shugenja, Rosanna was your Al-Sahir, Sivan was the drunk VI, and I think I've got everybody. Yes, Hallow did in fact call their shot at the beginning. They just got the color wrong, but did indeed call their shot and say that they were going to end up being the goblin that game. Yeah. And that was your game of Why Can't It Be Lycanthropy by Anthony. Your bluffs were Savant, High Priestess, and Tea Lady. Thank you, everybody. It was a great game.
Thank you.
Well done, hello.
Thank you.
Good game.
Yeah, good game, Evil.
GG's.
Squid says, I'm never bluffing Savant ever again.
You know, it's intimidating to run as a storyteller. It's stressful to bluff as a player, especially when you realize that you're probably not going to get to jump either because of the lycanthrope or because all the outsiders are dead, right? So,
Yeah.
you know, realizing that you're starting with the savant bluff as a Fengu and maybe you'll die partway through, and then
They got to
slowly the realization comes in that like, no, I got to do this the whole game. Oh no.
Yeah, it's it's like that's the problem with being like a Fengu or any kind of mobile demon is when your mobility leaves, you're just like, fuck, shit, I can't be reckless anymore. You know, operation not my problem. It doesn't work. Isn't gonna work anymore.
Yeah.